When it comes to growing your personal brand and thought leadership, I promise you that less is more and it will make a difference for you in the long run. Hello everybody, welcome back to the garden. Today I am talking about the radishes again. You can see this big gorgeous plot of radish tops right here behind me. Those are the radishes that previously I had done a video talking about how important it is to thin the radishes out, because if the radishes are too close together, then they're going to not grow into those big beautiful radishes. So you can catch that right here. Anyhow, today I've come back to the garden and I just pulled out some gorgeous radishes, like legit radishes. Look at those, you guys. Nice, gorgeous babies, okay? And this got me thinking about something really cool when it comes to your personal brand. I know that sometimes you don't want to let things go when it comes to your personal brand or your thought leadership. Like you want to cover so many different things. Well, the problem that happens with that is that none of your ideas are really going to grow and mature to that big, juicy, large size radish that you want to have, right? Okay, so it's not going to get that big. They're just going to be stunted and they're going to be a little funky looking, okay? And so when it comes to your personal brand, narrow it down, clear things out, weed out the things that are not really going to help you with that core message that it is that you're wanting to share. As you do that for yourself, what happens is that then you actually have a better bounty. You're going to have the bigger, more beautiful fruit that it is that you're looking for later, okay? So that's one core thing. But the second thing that happens as well is that you don't have to tend as much as you would have before. And so, for example, if I had not thinned out those radishes before, it would be a hot mess and I would not be able to very easily go through and pull out one gorgeous radish at a time, okay? They would be all kind of stuck together, and then in the end, they actually wouldn't even be that appealing and possibly not even very flavorful. And so when you think about this and compare it to your personal brand, maybe you have like multiple different things that you're thinking about. If you're like, oh, I kind of want to be known for X over here and Y over there and Z over there. Well, you know what, my friends, it's not going to work for you. And people are going to get confused. They're going to definitely lose interest because they're going to be like, I'm not sure what this person is talking about. Okay. So decide between X, Y, and Z. Figure out what is the one key thing that you really want to focus on for your personal brand and also for your thought leadership. Okay. And so for some people, they might say, I got it down. Like I know my one thing that I want to be, known for when it comes to my personal brand, but then they get a little bit messy sometimes when it comes to their thought leadership. And it's like, oh, well, I've got this kind of background and this kind of stuff and all these different things I want to talk about. Again, you can definitely lose people along the way because they're going, I don't really know where this person is going with all of this stuff. All right. So coming back to the garden analogies that I love to use in my thought leadership and to tie those garden analogies with the personal brand is that if you find yourself in a situation where you're constantly growing too much and you can't really manage it, it's not going to yield really what you want. And what's more important, and any of the gardeners out there, like legit gardeners out there, you know how this is. It gets exhausting if you planted way more than is very reasonable for you to manage. And then when it's too exhausting and it's gross and it's the middle of summer and you're just like, screw it, I don't want to do it anymore, right? And then you just abandon ship. And then you're going to feel really horrible because your garden turns into this big overgrown jungle, right? So the same thing can happen with your thought leadership. You can be out there being like, okay, I'm going to plant all these seeds, I'm going to do all this stuff, and da 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 da. And then all of a sudden, months later, whatever, even a year or two later, going, holy cow, no thank you, never mind, I don't want to do this anymore. You just abandon ship. You're like, I don't even want to be a part of this anymore. And then you've left people wanting for like, what happened? Like, this person was talking about these things and now they're just like gone, okay? And so instead, do some homework. Figure out, what do you really want your personal brand to be? Figure out what you really want your core leadership message to be, okay? And then what happens with that is then you can leverage it and you can use it in your social media posts. If you're writing blog posts, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to do podcasts, if you are a person who's thinking, I really want to work on building my reputation inside of my company. So think about presenting at a town hall, right? Or to a team meeting or something. Maybe you want to help lead an initiative inside of a company. There's so many ways that being clear about your thought leadership and your personal brand can actually help you inside of your company. This isn't just for all the outside stuff, right? Okay. This also is so helpful for inside of your company. Hi, Roxy. Her dog just came up to us. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you for licking, Mama. So anyhow, so again, when it comes back to your personal brand, your thought leadership, narrow it down, because I want you to have those big, fat, juicy radishes, you guys. Okay. I want you to be able to say, yes, this is substantial. Yes, I want to put this on my salad plate, right? Okay. Meaning I want to put this out there for the world to enjoy. I want people to know my brand. I want to be known for this core thing. Okay. And then from there, you get to go and share it and see all the amazing things happen and the miracles come together because people know who you are. They're going to know what your brand is. They're going to know your thought leadership. And this in turn is going to help you to really to grow as a leader, help your business to grow. And in the end, to grow your brand.